Good morning, y'all. I hope everybody is doing good on this beautiful Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, February the 20th, 2024. I've been trying, I've been attempting all week to record a video. And I I was gonna talk about karma. So reaping what you sow, but spirit like, nah, no, no. So I had to come on because y'all, my spirit is literally jumping. So the first video that I posted is about when the woman heals, the whole household heals. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. This is like my second video on this channel. So um yeah, so this is just like more revelation that spirit is giving me as I myself is going through this process of healing. Um, if you haven't watched it yet, I'll share just like a little bit. Um, Back in November 2023, um, Spirit took me through a journey of healing my maternal bloodline, and it's been very, very, very interesting. Um, I didn't know my maternal bloodline like that. Like my mom died when I was 2. So I didn't know her. Um, my dad, I guess, felt that it wasn't necessary for us to know that side of our family. We did go visit my grandma a few times, I remember. But I really got to know her when I got older, um, and was out of my dad's home for the little time that she was still here in Kansas City. But she had left and went to New York to marry her high school sweetheart at the age of 90. Okay. But nonetheless, my aunt Clara, she lived here in the city, and I got to know her as I was older. Um, and Our relationship was interesting. It was very interesting, and I will share all of that at another time. But I did get to know her a bit. But one thing that struck me as I was how secretive they were. Like I said, I didn't know many of them. I knew my Aunt Clara, my Uncle James, my Uncle Charles. I mean, but I'm talking about the women. It was only my grandma, my Auntie Clara, and my Auntie Clara had a daughter. And but I didn't know them like that. You know what I'm saying? So everything that um Spirit is showing me is revelation from the spirit realm. You know what I'm saying? Of getting to know that side of my family. But nonetheless, I was graced. I'm telling you, I was blessed with the task of being able to go in and heal my maternal bloodline. And then here recently, God started showing me that, because I say when the woman heals, the whole household heals. That's something that He gave me back in um early part of 2023. That was just something that came to me, and I was like, oh, okay. And like I say there, um, I'm thinking when the physical woman heals, the whole household heals. But God started to show me that no, it's on a deeper level. And so today, I just wanted to come and share some more revelation that He's given me as far as this soul deep healing journey that we all need to go through. I don't care where you feel like you are in life, or anything, because the way that we conform to society and the programming that has gone on is sad, very sad. They have us in a position to where we don't even think for ourselves, and we think that we're thinking for ourselves, but we're really not. We're really not. We are programmed to think the way that they want us to think. You know, back in 2018, when I don't know, I had this overwhelming interest of learning about slavery and what it was like, and like I went down this whole, we call it the rabbit hole, but I'm telling you, it's a journey. It's a journey, and now it all makes sense to me why God had me going down that path to learn all those things, is because it's deeper than the skin color. It really is. It's deeper than black and white. It's really on a energetic level. It really is. And if they can control us, I got the phrase back then. They took the chains off of our necks, hands, and arm and feet, and they put it on our minds so that they can condition us into these robot type people that they have mentally cloned to be subjective to their shenanigans. I'll leave it like that. So yeah, let me this is deep. So once again, thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, share with your neighbors, because I believe that we are in an era where we're gonna have to think for ourselves, because the way the programming that they have conditioned us to live out our life, it's not about to work for us anymore like that. It's not about to work like that. No man, whether you identify as a female or a male, I'm not talking about gender, but no human, no person, no being was created to be ruled and what's the word, spirit? We wasn't created to be governed over. We were created to be self-governed. And a lot of us, like, we look for, how am I supposed to live? How am I supposed to do it? I'm supposed to work 20 years. I'm supposed to retire. I'm supposed to live. I'm supposed to take care of my grandbabies now. Like, this is a program that has been going on forever. And I just use the workspace because right now in my life, where he has me is mind blowing. I was telling someone the other day that whenever I'm going through a huge transition in my life, I'm always called to quit my job. And I had what I consider to be a really good job. And it got to the point to where I started struggling financially, and I'm like, what is this? What is this energy? But the way that it was set up, I didn't have no other choice but to let that job go. And so I had to be obedient. You know what I'm saying? And so we'll get off into that later on down the way, because I want to bring y'all this that God showed me this morning, because I'm like, I know that if you don't know, Friday, February 24th, 2024 is the full moon in Virgo. I'm a Pisces sun. Virgo is my ascendant. So it's like we're the complete opposite, but how God showed me last night is that we're not really opposite. It's like this Pisces, this Virgo, and we create the whole. If that makes sense to you, it's weird, but I am gathering with some of my spiritual sisters, my tribe, and when I start asking God, what is this? What is this that we're doing here? Because it just so happened to be like we didn't even notice until um we were we had set the date that it was a full moon. I'm like, okay, nothing's by coincidence. There's nothing that happens in my life just by coincidence. So I knew that there was something that was about to take place. So I'm like, okay, God, what is this? And all I heard was the finale. This is the final push. You know how, like, for all the ladies, which, yeah, for all the ladies that have babies, and you in labor, and the doctor tell you to push, then you gotta wait a little bit, then you feel the baby coming out, then you gotta push again, one more push, and they'll be out. Yeah, that's how God showed it to me of what we're going through. So since then, since we set the date, I've been, okay, God, what is it? Like, what is it that I need to clear out? Because I've been feeling this intensity, the this pressure of purging for at least about since the beginning of the year. Honestly, since the beginning of 2024, I've been feeling this intense purging taking place within my body. I mean, like, even the way that I used to think about situations and things, it's not even the same anymore. So I'm like, okay, what is this final thing? What is this final thing? And it led me to my auntie Clara and how she lived her life. But then this morning, God showed it to me on the energetic level. So that's what I want to share with you here. I know I've been rambling, but it is, it's really not a ramble. It's really not a rant. It is the truth. It's the truth. And until we align with this truth, we're going to continue to live in misery. But that's not for me, because I choose to be liberated and be free, because God showed me that this is the time of pure bliss nonetheless. So today we're talking about divine feminine and divine masculine energy on the energetic level. So divine feminine, it is intuition, feelings, nurturing, receptivity, interconnectedness, creativity, intelligence, emotional intelligence. That's what the divine feminine energy is. That's what comprises the divine feminine energy. And so we have the divine masculine, which is strength, action, logic, rationality. So yeah, that represents the divine masculine. So I'm like, okay, spirit, divine feminine, intuition, feeling, emotion, nurturing, receptivity, interconnectedness, creativity, emotional intelligence. Then we got the strength and the logic, the doing of the masculine energy. So what is that? And this is how God broke it down to me. Divine feminine represents the inner, the spirit aspect of a being. And the divine masculine represents the outer, the physical aspect of a being. And once they're balanced, then you have someone that is able to think for themselves and govern for themselves and and be able to maneuver through this world free, how he created us to be, to balance the scales. But see, what we have is we have these entities that said, nah, let's bust the woman down. It says the woman was broken down emotionally, causing her divine feminine energy to be wounded. And the man was broken down physically, which wounded his divine masculine, causing the unbalance of the energy field. The emotional intelligence must be cleared to begin the balancing of the scale. That's deep, y'all. That that is so deep, because if we don't, you know, and it helped me to really understand why a lot of times when I encourage people, and I always, like, I don't tell people what they need to do. Like, that ain't me. I don't have a 10-step program or this is how you get free. Like, that ain't for none of us, because everybody's journey is looks different, but it's really the same. It looks different, but it's really the same. But I always tell them to go within. Go start there, inside. Because see, we try to heal the surface level stuff, the stuff that's on the outside. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I found even in my own life, is that I would try to fix things that are out here, and it caused me worry and stress, and then it caused disease in the body. We'll talk about that at another time. And all these things, and it breaks us down. But we got to start on the inside. We got to heal the feminine energy first. We have to clear out the feminine energy within, and everything else will start falling into place. And that's what God showed me when I was instructed to do the healing of my maternal bloodline, is that once you heal this, everything else gonna fall into place. And now I see that somewhere in my maternal bloodline, this was all broke down. It was bound. It was bound because I didn't receive all that. And after even talking to my auntie Claire, she didn't receive all of it. She didn't receive the nurturing and the feeling of being loved and all of that from her mother. So it was a generational thing. It was a generational thing. So once, and even the way that I was interacting with my son, because before everything went down last year, and I was separated from my son. Before that, leading up to that time where my son's dad had me put out, I was it was so uncomfortable for me, because I knew that there was another way that I wanted to raise my son. I just didn't know how to give it to him. I didn't know how to live that out. I didn't know how to nurture him in the way that he needed to be nurtured. And I knew that it's our job as parents to nurture them and to nurture their God-given gifts and abilities and talents. But I didn't know how to get that to my son, because I was wounded myself. So going through this journey of healing my maternal bloodline, here we are at the final push of the delivery, and I'm realizing, oh, my masculine is wounded. That's the reason why I act out, because the wounded masculine, it expresses itself through anger, aggression, violence towards others, and destructive behaviors. And that's what I have lived out. That is actually how I was taught, or that is actually how I was brought up. That is the type of environment that I was brought up in, was a toxic environment. Like, I used to get my ass beat. And because I couldn't beat his ass, I went and beat other people's ass and used to keep a record of it and thought it was cute. But I knew in my heart that's not who I was. I used to talk shit to people just because I wanted them to hit me first. It was crazy. But I knew that that's not who I was. So I would always try to stop being angry, stop being aggressive, stop and then I went through a period where okay, um I chilled out on the aggression. I still would get angry, and then I was told I was too passive. I'm like, wait a minute, what? But my feminine energy was not, there was no balance. There was no balance. So that's where we're being called to now, is a balance, to balance the scale. Because you can't give somebody nothing if you're not balanced. I don't care what society tell you. You can't give anything to anyone if you're not balanced. If you're not balanced, they say, oh, it's 50-50 in a relationship. No, it's 100-100. That's what we gonna need. We gonna need 100-100 on every level, on every relationship, everything. Everybody gotta come to the table with 100%. Everybody. Everyone. And that is how we overstand our value, our worth. That's where our confidence comes from, is when we're balanced individuals because everything is energy. Everything operates off of energy. That's just the sum of it all. But if you are if you have blocks and wounds and holes, like I yesterday, I was led to a park, and it was so weird because Spirit told me to go hug a tree. Go hug a tree. Hugging a tree is so freaking. It's you talking about releasing some energy. Grounding is a beautiful thing. Walking around with no shoes on in the earth with your intentions of taking all that negative energy, giving it back to the earth, because the earth, Mother Earth, she knows how to alchemize that. Alchemize that for our good, for our highest good. But our bodies don't know how. We can't break that down like that. So, but anyway, I was instructed to go hug this tree. And when I pulled up, I knew exactly which one I was supposed to go hug. It was like this one right here. But when I walked up to it, I noticed these big old holes in the tree. And I'm like, that's weird. But I went and hugged that mug anyway and thanked it. I'm like, thank you so much, because, when Thriving Exceptionally was birthed, that's how it was birthed, was through the observation of trees. And so, I went and hugged it, but them hoes, like, it was like, whoa, why them hoes in there like that? Why? Them hoes in there like that. But you know what? Them trees were still thriving exceptionally. They still stood tall. That mug was still hard. It was doing what it was supposed to do. I looked up, I seen birds in it, waiting for the leaves, singing. Like, come on, leaves, I'm ready for some shade. Come on. I know I can't sing, but I ain't here to impress anyone. But yeah, so God is calling us to get balanced. It's to get balanced and to heal on a soul level, because you not even able to live out your soul's purpose if you're unbalanced. There's no way. And the hardest part for me, because transparency is everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all riding with me at the tail end of my healing journey. Once I start getting off into because it's been years, but once I start getting off into how it really broke down, I'm telling you, the hardest part for me was right here. It's like, I was telling somebody, I was like, I always get right here at this time, at this moment. And this is where I always turn back because going back is familiar. But this time I'm going to ride it out because I understand and I overstand that what I really was doing was walking away from the birth of my breakthrough, going over to the other side, opening the door to the next chapter, going through the light, however you want to put it. That's what I realized. So this is where I always would break down, but I'm not breaking down. I can't do it. There's nothing to go back to. There's absolutely nothing to go back to. Nothing. Nothing at all. And it's like scripture say, to whom much is given, much is required. And I had to go through all of this. Everything that I've gone through, I had to go through it so that I could help you to break free. And I don't consider myself to be it. I'll guide you through that. I'll be there with you. Like I got some amazing women that one in particular, True, I shout you out. I mean, she has stuck this last leg of my journey. She has been there with me, holding arms up, legs up, whatever I needed. And I don't mean physically. Like I could feel whenever I would go through challenging times, I could feel her energy. I could feel, and then like within the day or two, she called me, I'm just checking on you. Or it's time for me to go get my hair done. How you doing? And she always had a message because it was like the connection there. So I could be there for you. But the whole thing is that we got to get there. We got to get there. We have to say, okay, because I'm tired of this system running all over me. Like, what is it that your heart desires? What is it that your heart desires? What is that? That's not there for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And even if we come up with these because see, I know for me, what I did, I would process what my heart desired based off of what society looked like. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I want to make X amount of dollars and do this and do that. Now, that wasn't my real heart's desire. You know what my heart's desire is? My heart's desire is to see souls set free. It's to see souls set free and people all around me walking in their authentic self of how God created them to be, because I see nothing but pure bliss. We talk about, we sit up and we consume all the news and all of this, and then we have these conversations via be it social media or in person, however we having these conversations about all this stuff that's going on. But you know what? Who you waiting for to change it? It ain't gonna be the government, because God ain't called us to be governed like that. The government set laws and rules and regulations for you to abide by so that you can continue to be trapped into their program. And you ain't living free of how God created you to live. So it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to get up. That's what the thing is. The woke culture is gone. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. Put in the work. And it's like I have a friend, she's been my friend for a long time, you know what I'm saying? And I was telling her, it's like we always come up, we always be trying to rationalize and think of all the things that we need to do. Because see, we trying to fix all this out here. We trying to fix the masculine energy. But no, you got to go within first. You got to go within. And all it is a surrender. It's a surrender. And once you surrender, yeah, God may be like, okay, I'm gonna need you to go do this. Go hug a tree. Go outside in the snow and take your shoes off and plant your feet in the ground. You know what I'm saying? It may be things like that. But see, that sounds dumb to us because that's how we've been programmed for that kind of stuff to sound dumb. You know what I'm saying? So we don't do it. We just let it wash over. Oh, I don't even know if that was God talking to me. Wait a minute, God lives within. Anything that ain't stealing, killing, and destroying, is of your higher self. It's your God nature. But we've been conditioned and programmed not to even want to go down that path. But now it's time to be, even for my Jesus followers. I love Jesus. I'm like Cat Williams, y'all. Jesus is my big bro. He came to show us how to live. But we sit up, oh, in the name of Jesus, God, I'm waiting on my healing. Wait a minute. Because God told, was it Luke, y'all? Physician, heal yourself. Who you waiting on? It's time to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to get up, get this healing under your belt, and live a blissful life. Because see, the thing about it is okay, yeah, you're gonna reap the rewards of right now. But do you know what your children and your children's children and your children's children is gonna have to go through? Just based all off of what you done. Because if we calling these things generational curses, why can't we bring generational blessings on down the line? Let's talk. Let's be real. We so focused on the negative and everything. We don't put nothing positive into it. You know why? Because your feminine energy fields is all wounded. There's no way. You're looking at the destruction. Instead of saying, wait a minute, let me tap deep down within my heart and find out what it is that I truly desire. Do you really want to see your world? Do you really want to see this world a better place? Do you really? Let's talk about love. Do you really have love? Because see, last time I checked in there, I'm the embodiment of that. The last male that I was, I don't even know what to call that. I was trying to talk to, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. Yeah, but your actions don't show that. Like, you can't just come to me and tell me that you love me like that. It don't work. Like, and then had the audacity to tell me I was too deep. Maybe I am. Maybe you're not deep enough. So how is this gonna work out for us? I choose not to go on. Because if you feel like I'm too deep, I feel like you're not deep enough, and we need to split ways. I love you that much. I love me first that much. Not to even get involved in that. And I love you so much to where I don't even want you to be, excuse me. I don't even want you to be uncomfortable because it's too deep for you. No matter what your physical body say, no matter how much you long and thirst for my physical body, because see, you don't want the true gift. So let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. If you're ready to go on this journey, you can schedule a one-on-one. I will be more than happy to help guide you along this path, because I'm telling y'all, it's pure bliss. I'm talking about joy that surpasses all understanding. Like, if I was to break down right now, in the last 2 weeks. It ain't even been 2 weeks, y'all, since I left my job. It ain't even been 2 weeks. But if I was to break it down for you, then you be like, this girl crazy as hell. Call me what you want. Call me what you want. But I know when I hear something, I got to be obedient because it's something on the other side that I'm getting to, where I'm going. It ain't about what it looked like on the exterior and what it looked like for other people, because it's my journey. And no one, never allow anyone to condemn you for your journey, for what God has called you to do. Because it may look that God ain't gonna call everybody to quit their job. He ain't gonna do it. But some people, yeah. Some people, yeah. Yeah. But we have to get balanced. We have to get balanced. Everybody has feminine and masculine energy. You know, I mm, mm, where I was working, it's a male dominant position. For some reason, I have always been drawn to jobs that are male dominant, but now I understand why. But it was male dominant. So, I would hear, I heard things like, man, all these women walking around in their masculine energy and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, that's interesting. That's very interesting that you would take notice of how, a woman ain't supposed to be here, because if she's here, then that means that she's overly, her balance is unscaled from operating in her masculine energy, which could make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Being that it was a male dominant, but I don't see that job was that particular job, because I've done construction. I was a pipe fitter. Now that yeah, maybe a little bit too much, but yeah, I could see how. But and then you start asking them, well, what does the feminine energy look like? Oh, well, she get her hair done, her nails done, she got her little lashes on, she put a little lipstick on, she do all this, do all of that. Oh, okay. So she looks like a woman, so therefore she's operating in her feminine energy. If she, adore herself, that's what make a woman to operate in her feminine energy. Yeah, okay. You don't even know what feminine energy is, so therefore, I believe first we need to tap you into some wisdom, and then we need to see where you wounded. I'm a problem solver. Like that. That's just who I am. I'm a problem solver. I like to help people. Yeah, I like to help people. If I've been given the knowledge, if I've been given the wisdom, if I've been given the understanding, I like to share it. I like to share it. And since this last leg of my healing journey, I realized that some people, you can't just tell them, oh, this is what you need to do. You need to, like, they need additional help. You know what I'm saying? They need additional guidance. And some people, they'll just come off into your space just to drain your energy, to drain you, because they're trying to zap everything from you and not put the work in themselves. I mean, you have to be mindful of all these things. But how can you even know that if you're not balanced? If you're not balanced, how would you know that this is what is going on? It's like I tell my son, I don't care where you go. I don't care if you just going to the park. You have to be observant of all things. You have to be observant of all beings. You know what I'm saying? Not only do you have to look out for danger physically, physical danger, but you have to look out for danger spiritually. Because we all have the ability to be able to see straight through every energy that's there. We all have that ability. The feminine energy is intuition. So we all have that ability within us because we are both feminine and masculine. So I hope that this helped, man. I hope that this helped. I hope that this is thought provoking, that you will be able to think for yourself and open yourself up to receive the downloads and the wisdom that God gives you all throughout the day. All throughout the day. If you complaining about authority all the time, I'm telling you, you already know within you that you are not made to be governed over. Point blank, period. That ain't how we was created. That ain't how God created us. And the faster that you go through your healing journey, the faster that you get through the clearing of your energy field. Because see, we go through healing and then we think it's over. No, you go through you start the process. You start the process, but then your body has to start purging out all those energies that you allowed to take up residence within you because of the programming, the conditioning, be it from growing up, from family, from society, from the entities that want to be. But now's the time. Now's the time that we take our power back. That we take our power back, we take our energy back, and we live free. We live free. We live free. God said he gave us free will. Where you got that at? It's time to wake up. I need to quit saying that. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. Raise your children, your children's children, and your children's 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 children to be free thinkers, to think for themselves, not be caught in the web of conditioning and programming. You know, oh well, and this is the part that I'm telling y'all, raising my son has really, because they told me I could have kids. So when I got pregnant, when I was 36 years old and I got pregnant at 35. But when I had my son at 36, I'm like, whoa, I'm supposed to be teaching him, but he teaching me. Because when it was time to send him to school, y'all, oh God, I cried. Because I did not want my son to be brought up like that. I did not want him to be brought up like that. But every time I got to this place, I went back. I went because I gotta work. I gotta support myself. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta go out here and toil and labor, as they have said, because I need them. I told my job every day that I went up in there, y'all need me. What y'all gonna do, fire me? Because I come up here and give y'all 1,000% of who I am. At times, you know, I will pull back, especially towards the end. I pull back a lot. What you gonna do, fire me? And I wasn't being defiant. I wasn't being aggressive. It was none of that. But I really stepped into, I know who the fuck I am. And I'm not, like even my manager, I know you watching this because I'm gonna send it to you, but even told me to comply. And once I heard that, I'm telling you, it was like a upset to everything within me. It's like a what? Comply. Oh, this is how society has treated me my whole life. Just comply. Don't be insubordinate. Just lay down and comply. No, 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 no. Even as a kid, I used to get in trouble all the time. All the time. You know, I was my adolescent years, I grew up in the group homes. I ran away from home. My daddy took me down there to the group home people and told, nah, y'all deal with her. So from 12 to 17, that's where I was. Came home on the weekend. Running away from there, it was just. But comply? Man, I don't want to be here. I want to go out there and do something. So I take off running. I'll holler at y'all in a minute. Then they sent my ass to St. Louis. It wasn't no more running. It wasn't no more running because I ain't know nobody out there. I wasn't going nowhere. I just sit my ass down. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's always been in me. I can't just conform to this shit. Because I know that there's something greater. There's something bigger. There's something bigger. And then the revelation that I was given about, oh goodness, the revelation that I was given about my maternal bloodline is they had that fight in them too. Man, my maternal bloodline, y'all, whew, them women was some warriors. I come from a bloodline of some warriors. I'm talking about in the spirit realm, they don't play about this shit. They don't play. They do not play. But none of them was ever able to break free of totally. But my auntie Clara, she came close. She came close, but wasn't able to break all the way free. And I'm here to finish the last leg of it. This was my assignment, was to finish the last leg. And then to pass it on. So because now what we're doing is we create a new earth. Not a new world order, but a new earth. And we're going to put out just as much love for her that we have for ourselves. And we're going to take care of her and nourish her. Earth is a new earth where the currency is love. I'm telling you, we don't have to strive for all this shit out here. We magnets. We are really magnets. All you gotta do is once you start healing, you start vibing high. I'm talking about you can feel the vibration within. And everything just start attracting to you. It just start like magnets do. That's what we are. That's what we are. And if spirit so choose to lead you down the rabbit hole of learning the human anatomy, I don't even know to call it anatomy, but the makeup of humans, then you gonna see. Like I ain't never had to do no scientific type. Like God just gives this shit to me, and I know I ain't the only one. But I mean, some things I have to look up because I don't have a clear understanding of what it means. Then when I look it up and then, see what somebody else that came up with, then I gotta be like, oh, okay, here's the connection. But it's time for us to wake up. I'm about to jump off of here. I totally was not meaning to be on here this long. But if you made it this far, thank you for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate it. If you want to work with me, my link, everything you need to know is down below in the description box. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. I really do. I really do. I love y'all. And it's my heart's desire to see you free. And not only you, but your whole household. And not only this generation and the one that you're raising, but the generation after that and the generation after that. I want to be that 120-year-old woman that's walking around just smiling all the time. They be like, why you smiling? Because, man, do you understand that 80 years ago, look at me, 75 years ago, I stepped out of my comfort zone and started this journey to help people get set free for real? Not on just no surface level shit, but for real, set free. And here I am able to sit back and look at the fruit of my own damn labor. Because it's worth it. It's worth it. So, yep. Share this with your neighbor, because we all need to hear it. We all need to be set free. We all be pure bliss. Pure bliss is what we're destined for here within the earth. And the only way that we're going to get there is once we break free from this programming, this conditioning, this matrix type shit, and be free for real. Be free for real. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'm gonna go take care of some more business, and I will see y'all later. Thanks for hanging out with me. I love y'all. Peace.